Welcome to today's video and welcome along for the ride. So today I'm going to build a bird table. I put a item up on Facebook Marketplace yesterday for sale. I had quite a lot of interest in it, but also lots of people saying, do you do bird tables? So I thought, why not? Yeah, I can do a bird table. So come along for the ride and we'll see if we can build a couple. So I have cut the uprights already. These are just a 2x2 treated timber with nice rounded corners that I get from my timber merchant. I think I made them 1.1 metre long from memory. And now we're going to do the base that goes along here. So I've done one already, as you can see. Quite a simple cross. And they interlock in the middle like that. So I'm going to build another two now. And I'll So in order to do the bottom cross, you need two pieces at 600mm by 600mm. When I'm doing multiple cuts like this, what I like to do is set up a stock block. So I've got it set up there earlier on. So I've got a metal rail attached to my worktop, that way, and I just put a piece of wood, line it up with 60 or 600mm, get a couple of quick clamps, clamp, 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 and then I get the same cut every single time. Okay, so now I've got my two bits of 2x2 at 600mm. I need to notch out the middle so they fit together. A bit like a jigsaw puzzle. That's one side. Sit together with all those bits out of the way. And you can see they sort of slot together to make a lovely strong fixing. So in order to make those little notches, what I've done is I found the middle of my wood and marked out 45mm in the middle with a bit I need to take out. And now on my saw, it's got a little stop here, so I'll pull that over. So I have to engage that there to cover that hole. And then it stops at depth, so you adjust this red screw here to depth, and I've set it so exactly this test piece, half of my wood depth there. And now if I went against here, like this, and cut it out, what happens is you get a curved cut because the saw goes up at the back and doesn't go all the way in. So you get a sacrificial piece of wood, put it at the back there, and then you get a nice even cut all the way through. Okay, now it's time to put them all together. So in one piece I'm just going to do two little pilot screws. In the bottom piece I'm going to just put a dab of glue. We'll then put this piece on. Like so, give it a gentle tap. There we go, a lovely snug fit. get a couple of screws and my impact driver. There we are. And then two screws. One. Two. And there we go. That is now a completely solid base. Quite simply, to attach the base to the upright, all I'm going to do is put a really big screw through there, and also it'll come out and go into the upright. And then to support it or stop it falling and get the rigidity, we're going to do 45-degree angles from each leg into the middle post. You have to excuse the mess at the moment. I know my workshop is an absolute state. It's on my massive list of jobs to do. We'll get there eventually, but sorry, not today. So here is our base that we have made. I've just started I think it's a 100mm screw through there. Quite simply, what I'm going to do, line them all up quite roughly, doesn't need to be perfect. Screw them together, there we go. We've got the base, and now we have our base. We can run our 45s. That's a bit of a lean, but when we do the 45s, pull it all in, make it super tight, and it's actually the 45-degree angles that are going to hold it all together, not that one at the bottom there. So that's one. Two more to make. Let's go. So we have our rough base here. What we need to do now is just 4 45-degree angle pieces of wood to go here, 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 and here. And then we use our trusty square to make sure it's all level and square. Screw them all in, and that'll be the base done. Okay, so I've done my 45 degree there. I've done 12 of them because I'm doing 3 bird tables at one, but you'll only need to do 4 of them. These ones are along the back 280mm, and then it's just 45 at each end, but you can make them whatever length you want. I just made them that because I thought it looked about right. So now let's go about fixing. This is the difficult part, is to keep it all at 90 degrees here, because as you screw these on, he wants to pull this one way or the other depending on where you screw it. So it's really key. Take time with this part, screw really carefully. What I'm going to do is do a screw from underneath along there, a screw through the side there, same other side, and then once I've done that, like this, like that, and like that. Obviously I'm not going to be able to access there to get that screw in, so I'm going to just put it just above this, shooting down into there, and we should be fine. I'm going to put you back on the ledge. Let's go. Okay, so this one, it's leaning quite a lot over to that way there. So I've got it off the desk, and what I'm going to do is do it down on the floor and get some purchase on it. So while it's here, I can get a bit more purchase a bit easier, get it into the right location, and then screw it all together. Come back, see how I get on. Okay, so this is as far as we've got now. We've got the base, got it all supported beautifully by 45-degree legs, angles, and then up the main pole, and that is absolutely, so that's going to go nowhere over time and be really good. Here are the other two I'm making in the batch. So now we need to focus on the little house at the top. Okay, for the top piece I'm going to make it 400mm by 400mm, and that's because what I'm going to use here is this timber here. It's 1 inch by 6 inch, so 6, 12, 18, 18 inches is equivalent to roughly 400mm. So I'm going to need 3 bits of this at 400mm, and that'll be the top part, and that's obviously going to fit on top like so. We'll screw them all together, add our little canopy for the cover, and away we go. Okay, so I've now cut my 9 boards at 400mm, and if you look, they're actually really quite rough, some of them. So what I'm going to do now is use this piece of kit here called a planer thicknesser. So it goes in there, the wood, it's got some rotating blades that just take a thin layer off the top, and it comes out this end all nice and smooth. If you haven't got that, you can just use a sander, which will do the exact same job, but this will save me a good bit of time, this, over hand sanding or using an orbital sander, either's fine, but I've got it, so I'm going to use it. So I've now got my 3 boards per top. What I'm going to do is clamp them together in a moment, and I'm going to screw them together with a bit of 2x1 along this edge and along that edge, join them all together, and then all the way around the outside of the table I'm going to put a little lip which will hide all these edges and make it all look really pretty. Okay, so that is our base done. Our 3 bits of 6x1 inch timber screwed together with a nice flat even base, which is brilliant for our bird table. And then around the edge, I've got some 3x1 here. I'm literally just going to do that all the way around the 4 edges, and then that'll make a really nice table and also stop all the seeds or whatever falling off there. And then we've got to worry about our roof, I suppose. Unfortunately, the camera wasn't recording when I thought it was, so what I've done here is to make the apex of the roof. So I'm going to have 4 legs coming from each corner, and this is going to sit on the legs like so. This is just another bit of 6x1 timber. I measured up 2 inches, 2 inches, joined them in the middle, cut it out, and I think that'll look quite good. And then we'll just put the roofing slats on top. So 5 more to make. Okay, so now I've got the sides of my roof. Obviously they're going to be on legs up there. I could quite simply cut the roof into size and have it across that, but I don't like having all these ends showing. I think it looks a bit unkept. So what I'm going to do is along here just get a bit of 2x1, put it on, then these, the roofing will go like that, and it looks a whole lot more finished. I think would be my favourite sort of word to use there. I think it just looks better. So next job, a couple of bits 2x1 on these roofing sheets, and then go on this one, and then we can get the roof on. This made me chuckle. So I've cut the piece to go on there, look perfect, nice angle at the top there. Angle's on the wrong bit, that's a nice side, that's a crummy side, not very good. but I've cut the angle wrong, so bear with me one moment. Right, after that brief interlude, we now have 2 pieces which will go on like so. We'll get them attached to all the... no, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to put an angle on this end as well, because our 2x2 is going to go here. Good catch. So we'll do that and we'll be back. Okay, so we have now got all our gable ends. I think you probably call them roofing parts. We now need to cut the 4 legs to go up there. I think I'm probably going to do them about 20 centimetres, which will bring the roofing to about there-ish, which I think will look quite good in proportions. Okay, so we now need to do our uprights. I've got a scrap here which is 20 centimetres tall. I've tried it out and I think it's a little bit low, so I think I'm probably going to do my legs 25 centimetres tall, and I think that should look good. Let's get to cutting. Okay, that is my 12 legs. Let's get to assembling. So, time lapse. So it is a new day from the clip I just shot back then. I had to pop out yesterday afternoon to run some errands, so here we are. So today's job is going to be to fix our roof structure onto our base. So all I'm going to do is quite simply a big old screw coming through the bottom there into the leg. It shouldn't take long and should be strong enough what we need. Obviously we're going to have a little skirt around the edge, and we'll screw into that as well, so that'll add to the strength, so that'll be plenty strong enough. Okay, so here we are. We have finished the frame. The top obviously needs the roof to go on and the skirt around the edge. The next job is going to be to attach it to the post. So what I'm going to do, quite simply, is screw through the middle there into the post, and then again 4 45-degree angles just to make it super strong, secure, and not go anywhere. Okay, so we are on the home straight. I have fitted 4 little 45-degree braces at the bottom, a screw through middle there, and then 1 to each leg. And then that's not going anywhere. That top completely solid, looking good. So next thing I think we're probably going to do is our roof. Once our roof is complete, skirt, and that's job's a good one. Okay, it's quite an interesting problem to share with you. So I'm coming to the roof now. There we go. So these are the roofing panels. I think they're just 400mm ship that. I'm going out, but we only have a little piece here, and my original plan was to have a little overhang like that, but that's going to be too long, and that's not a lot of material to screw into. It's quite near the edge. So I had an idea. What I might do is this top one, split it down the middle with my circular saw, and then that will go further up. They'll all sort of shuffle up a little bit. Then I think that should leave us enough to sort of screw into and work out quite nicely. Like so. Don't know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, these are sort of things you get, problems you get when you're making it up on the hoof. You don't have any plans really. You have run sort of things there. So next time you can either make it a little bit narrower or a little bit bigger, so you don't have that little slither that's left, because that slither's not good for anybody. So yeah, so let's try and work around the problem. I will check back in when I've come up with a solution. Okay, so I think I've come up with a solution. So I've cut one board in half, and actually I quite like a slight overhang. What I do is I just curve these corners, probably just stand, and actually I quite like that profile. I think it looks quite good, it'll stick out, and then you've got plenty of meat to screw into there. At the top here, what I might do is this cut here, just cut it at an angle. I think from memory that angle is 25 degrees. So if I cut that at 25 degrees also, the piece over this side will marry up to it perfectly. You won't see a gap there. So that is the next job. I'll cut another, cut that 25, cut another 25, cut that side. We'll see how it all looks. Looks any good, we can nail it all together. Okay, so there we go. We have now cut our angles. You can see how the two pieces now meet lovely at the top. It's all dry fit at the moment. It can come down. Actually, I think it's going to be a really nice roof. And here we go, our finished birdhouse. Very simple to make. Took me, well, about a day to make the three. So it'll probably take half a day if you're making one of them. But yeah, that will last for years and years and years. Quite a simple design, but I think it works quite well.